What is up, guys? Shinobi here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys some beginner tips and some things that I wish I would have known when I first started playing Fortnite, and hopefully this video does help you guys out and have a lot more fun in the game, and maybe opens your eyes to the possibilities of maybe wanting to play the game for quite a bit, and maybe not being so frustrated because you're so new to the game and you're like, oh man, I don't know how to do this or that or whatever. Well, I'm going to try to answer some of those questions that help you out in this game. Now, if you've never played Fortnite before, what is Fortnite? Well, Fortnite is a Battle Royale game. The free version of the game is Battle Royale. There's also a PvE version that you can purchase, but what we're talking about in this video is the Battle Royale Fortnite. Now, Battle Royale, what is that? That's just like PUBG. It's just like H1Z1. You know, you start the match, there's 100 people. You try to be the last one to survive. You know, if you're playing in duos, there's 50 teams. You're playing in squads, there's 20-something teams, and you're just trying to be the last one to survive. You just go down, you get some items, you get some loot, you get some guns, and you try to survive, you know, whether that's through, you know, being strategic, or that's through killing people or whatever. You got to do what you got to do to survive. That's the name of the game, and that's the objective of the game. Now, I did mention this game is free. Now, how is it free? You get it from epicgames.com. You download the launcher, and then you get it for free right there, and then you just download and install the game, and that's it. Now, you're going to be in this main menu here that I'm looking at currently, and I want to explain a few things in here before we jump into the game, and I show you a few things that you can do to help you get a little bit more comfortable with the game. So let's go ahead and talk about some of this stuff right here. So first off, in the top left corner here, we have your level. So I'm level 84 currently. What does that mean? You know, how do you get XP? How does that work? Well, XP is just the more you play the game, the more kills you get, the better you do, the more XP you get. And there's XP bonuses in the game as well, so when you play with friends, you level up even faster. Now, the purpose of leveling up is to get these stars here, and every 10 stars is going to give you one battle tier, and there are 100 tiers total towards what you can do. So you can see that I'm tier 100. I hit this recently, and when I got to tier 100, I unlocked the John Wick Reaper skin, which is cool. And then also unlocked the Battle Pass challenge to get his equivalent glider as well. Now, what's the point of these stars? What's the point of these tiers, and how does that all work? Well, you have what is called the free battle pass, which is this gray area up here, and this unlocks some things, not very many things, completely for free while you're playing the game. And this is all, you know, it's like emotes, skins, things, and so forth. But you don't really get much for just doing this. But if you decide to spend $10 per season, which seasons are like a couple months, then you can unlock this gold area down here. And right off the bat, just by buying the battle pass, you're going to get the this skin right off the bat, and then you're going to get like XP bonuses, and you're going to get you know, V-Bucks along the way, and different skins along the way, and that's the whole purpose of it. Now, the way that you're able to, you know, level up quickly with the battle pass is you get a bunch of challenges with the battle pass. You can see this is the only stuff you get for the free pass, but if you want to spend the $10 and do the thing, which I suggested, it's actually worth it, and it's fun, and you get a bunch of skins for 10 bucks, you know. If that's something you want to do, you don't have to do that. But then it also unlocks all these cool little challenges you can do, like revive players, and you unlock more stars, and you know, as you get more stars, you get more tiers and such and so forth. So yeah, cool little challenges you can do throughout every week. They have new challenges. I haven't done these ones yet. I don't really have to do the challenges anymore because I already made it to tier 100, but they're still kind of fun to do, just to kind of, you know, be like, oh, this game I'm going to try to get a, you know, harvester pickaxe kill or something or whatever, you know. It's not something you have to do, but it's fun, and gives you some stuff unlocked along the way. Now, to give you an example of some things you get unlocked with the battle pass and as you're going throughout the game, I'll show you a few things here. So this skin you get from the battle pass tiers while you're getting up. You also get the John Wick one, like I said. You get this one. You get this one right off the bat. You get this one as well, and you also get this one through this current season. And every season they have more skins to unlock. So when the next season starts, you get even more stuff to unlock. You start from tier 1 again, go back all the way up to tier 100. It resets every season. But if you do get the battle pass, I believe they give you a little bit of a head start into the next season. So if you bought the battle pass the previous season, you get a head start into the next one. But it's all cosmetic stuff. It's not like it's pay to win. It's like, oh, you know, you get all this stuff, you know, for $10. That's not fair. You know, it's like, well, it's just cosmetic. It's not pay to win or anything. So there's a few more skins here that I can showcase. This one was one they came out with. They do kind of deals all the time. This one was a starter pack skin that you could get. And this was, I think it was like $5, and it was like you got 600 V-Bucks, which is equivalent to $6 pretty much. And then you also got this skin. So it was a pretty good deal, so I picked that one up. Then you got this one and this one. These two you get for free if you have Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you know of that. They've had that for quite a while now. Well, Amazon bought out Twitch, and they came out with Twitch Prime, which is the same thing as Amazon Prime. They both go together. They both go hand in hand together. And by using your Twitch Prime, you get a free sub to any streamer that you want to subscribe to, but you also get a lot of different perks. I can show you an example of what that looks like here because I had Twitch Prime as well. Now, you can pay for Twitch Prime, or you can just do the free month of Twitch Prime. So if we take a look right here, this is, you go to your Prime loot, you see like, oh, you get all this stuff. I guess there's a bunch of games that I got for free. You can claim offers on these other things. And there's the skins right there you got. That was the promotion they have going on, and I think it's still going on for a little bit now. But yeah, you get these skins here for free, completely for free. It's not one of those like free trial things where they're like, oh, well, yeah, just give us your card information and we won't charge you. Haha, wink, wink, you know. But you do have to put your card information in there, but they don't charge you. And if you take it off before the month is up. If you leave it on, then yeah, they're going to charge you for having Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime and all that. So all you have to do after you sign up with this for free, you just take all your stuff, redeem all your game codes, redeem all your, cosmetic stuff, and then go into the Amazon thing and turn off the recurring renewal of it. And once you do that, you're just on the Amazon website in your settings, then you're done, and they won't charge you the next month, and you're done. So, but if you do want to keep using the service, I mean, who doesn't like Amazon Prime, right? But yeah, that's what you do for that. People have been asking about that quite a bit. And then, there's a whole bunch of different skins that you get throughout the daily process. Every day, it's just almost about every day they bring out a whole bunch of different skins that you can buy. Now, I think that the prices on them are a little ridiculous, like $8 for an emote. I mean, it's a pretty cool emo. I like that emo, but I ain't spending no $8. You know what I'm saying? Like, no way. Money's tight, So, but there's cool ones. You got a whole skin thing set up. That's like $20 equivalent. Because if you look at the V-Bucks here, it's like 1,000 V-Bucks for $10. But you can get bonuses when you buy more. So, I don't know. I'm not really huge into that. If I had an excess amount of money that I didn't really care about, sure, I'd probably buy like every skin that came in the game because they're pretty cool. But it's completely up to you guys if that's something you want to do. But yeah, for me, like if you just do the battle pass, you get a bunch of different skins in there, and that's pretty cool. So that is all of that stuff right there. You have your career stuff, which goes over like replays, which just came out recently. It's like a leaderboard thing that's like silly. Doesn't really make sense. It's like they pick 50 random people and they match you up against them, and it doesn't really mean like, oh look, I'm rank 1 by a mile. It's like for solo. Yeah, it's a silly thing. I think they're still working on it. They're just kind of testing out how the leaderboards work. Then you have your profile with all your stats and such. So yeah, that's pretty much the basics on that stuff right there. Now let's get into some settings that I wish I would have known when I first started playing this game. So, taking a look at settings, you can find them up here. Video settings first. So, I'm just going to go over the ones that matter. I'm not going to go through every single different setting. Make sure you don't use VSync. Leave this unlimited. The frame rate. Some people have had issues using VSync in this game. It's going to be a lot more smooth if you don't, but it depends on your setup. Now here, these are competitive settings. So view distance, leave it on epic. Shadows off, anti-off, textures epic, effects epic, and post low. That's all. That's like the competitive settings. If you had a lesser PC to mine, you couldn't really afford to do the textures and the, put these on epic. You can use high or medium. That should be fine as well. But yeah. And motion blur, turn off, show FPS. You can see the FPS counter over here right now. Let's get into game now. So game, we have your sensitivities. This is pretty important stuff. So mouse sensitivity is, I have this on 0.11 right now. A lower sensitivity in the competitive world is seen as a better thing in shooters, because when you want to try to keep your target, your crosshair on the target as much as possible, so that way you can consistently keep hitting that target and shooting that target. If you had a really high sensitivity and you barely moved your mouse, your crosshair goes flying to Africa, and you don't want that. You want to be able to stay right on them. So lower sensitivity is usually the best way to go. I personally use 800 DPI, and then I use about 0.11, but mess with this, and the more you play this game, the more you're probably going to turn the sensitivity down. So start on something that feels comfortable right off the bat, and then turn it down as you get more and more comfortable. Now, the other sensitivities that matter here are the mouse ADS sensitivity and mouse scope sensitivity. So you can see that I have these to 0.79, both of these. So I want you to look at this as like a percentage. So this is like, say, 79% of what this is. So this is your base mouse sensitivity, but then when you ADS or when you scope, it's going to be 80% of what your base sensitivity is. So it's going to be slower, right? Now, ADS stands for aim down sights, when you right click somebody, and mouse scope is, when you're scoping someone with a sniper rifle, such and so forth. Yeah, you want to set your match region. This should be automatically set up to auto, I believe, and you can just set it to whatever you play on. I play on NAE, so I get 31 MS, which is not too bad. Let's move over to some of the more important stuff here. Sounds are really important. You want to make sure you can hear everything. The sounds in this game are pretty good, but they do still need some work on them, in my opinion. But they're pretty good. Now, it shows a low sound for me because I have this turned on in my game. So in my computer, I use this for PUBG. I use this for all kinds of different games where I really need to hear the sound. So if you go to your sound options, and you go to properties and what you use, and go to enhancements, you go down, you see you have loudness equalization. If you turn this on, what this does is it lowers the really loud sounds and it increases the really low sounds. So footsteps are heard easier, right? So that's why this is really low. If this was like at 50%, it would be blaring in my ear, like just like not playable. That's why it's as low as it is, but it is pretty loud for me, even down to like 0.10, and yeah. Something you can do if you didn't know about that. Now moving over to the input. So this is very important here because the regular stock keybinds that Epic Games gives you for Fortnite is pretty garbage. So we need to go through and look at the main ones that you need to change to get comfortable with this game. Otherwise, you're not going to like this game whatsoever. So let's look at some of the ones that matter. Coming through here, first off, one thing you do need to know, these are all basic ones right here, but the first one you do need to know is trap equipped picker. It's set on T automatically. That's not a bad keybind to have it on, but what this is going to do is the traps in the game, let's say you have a campfire, let's say you have a launch pad, let's say you have a trap. If you want to select the launch pad, but it's not the one that's currently selected for you in game, you hit T and then you'll right click and scroll through the ones that you want to pick, and then you pick the one and you put it down, and there you go. I actually didn't know that for a little bit when I first started playing the game. Moving down, we have some more things here. Auto run is on equals. Now, if you're running and you're sprinting, make sure when you're running with W, make sure if you want to auto run with sprint, you're going to hold W and shift at the same time and then hit the equal number, and that's going to allow you to sprint while auto running. But you technically don't want to auto run in these games because it's going to be easy for you to die. You always want to be moving, jumping while you're in the open, could make it harder. Always think of like someone sniping you, right? Just always think there's a sniper pointed right at you. You don't want to be running in like a very predictable path, because then you're going to get shot easily. So, you don't want to do that. So, but if you do have to auto run for some certain reason, then that's how you're going to want to do it. Coming down here, so let's take a look at weapon slots. So these are the regular ones that set up 1 through 6. It's fine that way. A lot of people play that way. You can use a scroll wheel as well on your mouse to scroll through the different weapons that you have equipped and the different items you have equipped. But the scroll wheel doesn't react as quickly. It's faster to just click the different keys on your keyboard, and that'll be a much better thing for you. Yeah, most people just leave it on 1 through 6. It doesn't really need to be changed, but whatever's more comfortable for you, that's what really matters. Let's get to the ones where you do need to change some things. So building slot 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the default ones are F1, F2, F3, F4. If you're using W to run, how are you reaching up to F2, F3, right? Like, that's so awkward and so weird. So you need to move this as something that's going to be comfortable for you, because building is a pretty important thing in the game, and you want to make sure that you're comfortable with it. And the more comfortable you are with it, the more enjoyable time you're going to have in the game. So for me, this is a really big deterrence for me when I first started playing. I played like 2 games of Fortnite, and I was like, this building thing stunk. How am I supposed to reach F4? That's such a weird spot. I don't even know where to put it. I don't want to play this game. And I just stopped playing it for like a week, and then I came back and I was like, you know what? I have a couple buttons on my mouse. Maybe I could utilize that. So that's what I would suggest. Building slot 1 and building slot 3 are your 2 most important building slots. You have your stairs and you have your walls. Those are the things you're going to use like 90% of the time. So as long as you can just practice with those, and I put both of those on my mouse, as you can see, then it gives you a little bit more fluid movement, and it doesn't make it so sporadic for you. That's something I would definitely suggest. And then I have my ceiling on C, ceiling or floor on C, which is kind of close to my my jump button, my space bar. And then you also have V for the roof thingy, the triangle roof that people don't really use that often. B to select your trap slots. And then everything else is just about the same. Use the Y button to do push to talk in this game. If you are going to use the in-game voice thing, just use the Y button. Everything else is pretty much standard, but those are some things that will help you right off the bat. Let's go ahead and jump into the game, and I can show you guys a few more tips to kind of help you out with getting more familiar with the game. So here's the start of the game here. So you're going to fly in every single time like this. It's going to show you which way. It's going to show you which way we're going here on the flight path. And then you can kind of choose where you want to go. Now you can actually fly really far in this game. I'm actually going to show you what that looks like by flying really far right now. So I'm going to fly all the way up to about this area up here. So I want to get out of the way. I don't want to like get into any fights or anything. So I want to show you guys a few things. So I'm going to fly all the way up here. Just keep going. So you just want to hold W down, and you want to have your mouse. See, if you put your mouse too high, you're going to slow down. So you want to get just enough so you hear the wind kind of going quickly, and that's going to be able to get you, you know, just the right speed and elevation to get in. So you got a crossbow right off the bat. Crossbows are decent in this game, but it's not ideally what you're going for. What you're ideally going for your weapon setup is going to be a close range gun, aka a shotgun. You're going to want a medium range gun, like an AR, like a burst AR. Or the auto AR. This is the burst AR right here that I'm using, this one. And then you want your long range as well. And then you want your demolition, so you can have like rocket launchers, grenade launchers, things like that. Things that just destroy buildings easily for you, so you can get through walls and kill people. So you want to move these to spots that are comfortable for you. So what I like to do is I like to put my shotgun on 2, this on 3, this on 4. See how they're kind of going up in order, like close range, medium range, long range, right? Now, it really depends on you and what feels comfortable for you and where you want to move it. Now, when you're destroying stuff and you want to destroy a wall, you want to hit these pressure points. See that pressure point right there? It's going to take more of its health. See all the health drop more? Do a big hit there, and then last one, do that, just take it down. So let's show you here. So it only took 50 there, but now it took 100, and it took 100 off of that. So it's going to hit twice as hard, and it's going to break that for you. And yep, pretty easy. And you want to make sure you're always getting materials throughout the game. This is how you're going to be able to build really nicely. I'm going to pick up this. Now, as far as shields go, use them as quick as possible, especially in solos. If you know that there's nobody else around you, like 100%, you know there's nobody else around you, because say you're like playing squads and like no one else landed by you, you can be a little risky with it, and you can go with the you can go with saving it, because using the mini shields is how you want to get. Minis can only go up to 50 shield, and the half shields go up to, can be used when you're at 0 or when you're at 50. It can be used any time. This is going to give you 50 as well, so it's going to give you max shields now. You have health and you have shields. Now, shields are the most important thing in the game, as it's more important than your health. For the reason why is because the shields, they take the damage that you take comes from your shield first. So that's why it's more important. You can recharge your shield more often. If you have no shield whatsoever, most likely you're probably in big trouble, right? So it's like shields are pretty important. Make sure you try to get them as much as you can. So we're just going to come over here. I'm going to go see some trees real fast. We're not even going to try to get into the circle. Just going to chop down a few trees, get some materials. Now, wood is the best building material in the game. The reason why is because it it's most commonly gotten, right? There's so many trees, so much wood around here to get. It's really easy to farm wood, but it's also used in an attack. So when you want to attack somebody, or you know, you're trying to push towards them, or you're trying to build a base quickly, or get some elevation on them quickly, because that's really important in this game, you want to use wood to do that, because the base health of the wood is higher than it is for the brick and the metal, these other two right here. But the thing is, though, is that if you're just looking to build a base, something that's really strong when it's at full life, it's going to be brick first, and then metal being the best, obviously. So yeah, prioritize getting as much wood as you can. I mean, you can win games just off of collecting wood by itself. You don't even have to have brick or metal. Staying stationary in this game is one of the worst things you can do in this game. This game is about moving on a regular basis. It's about being the aggressor. It's about being the attacker. Being on the defense and being someone that's sitting still just waiting for someone to come and kill them is one of the worst things you can do in this game. You need to, if you see somebody, you go right at them. You have to, because if, let's say I see somebody and he's over there and he's gonna start coming for me, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna build a little base real quick here. Oh yeah, then I can get some protection from him, and all of a sudden he's built up above me like this, shooting me in the head while you were trying to build a stationary, you know, little walls to protect you. He's building to attack you, and that's much better to do. So let me show you some examples on building in the game to get you used to it. So let's say you use the mouse setups here. Like I said, you have your stairs and you have your walls. Right now, you see how it's sticking in the ground? It's because the ground isn't smooth here. So, you know, if you went to a spot where it's a little bit more smooth, a little bit more flat, it's gonna stick up better. So you see how it sticks up better here now. See how it's changing. So this is something that's sometimes a little frustrating in the game, but know that that can happen. So what we're gonna do is we're going to find some flat ground here, kinda, which is a little tough to do in this game. So here we are here. Let's stand right here. And let's say you see a guy at that bush right there. You see that bush? There's a guy right there. Well, if you want to be the aggressor, you want to be on the attack. So what you do is you're just going to put a wall. You just put stairs, 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 and then shoot him. You know, stuff like that. You want to, when you want to try to close the gap and get close to somebody, that's how you're going to do it. Not like this one that I did right here. That was messed up. That one was messed up right there. But yeah, you want to like close the gap towards somebody, and that's going to allow you to protect yourself while moving. And he's going to be focused on, if he's on the defense, it's a lot harder to win a fight on the defense than it is to win on the offense in this game. You want it, the one in the offense is the one that's controlling the fight. The one on the defense is the one that's just trying to survive. You don't want to be just trying to survive. You want to be the one controlling the fight, right? So elevation, being higher up, is better for multiple reasons. So being the aggressor, but also trying to get above them, is really important. So why is it that the case. So when you're above, like when someone's above you, I'm gonna give you an example right here. So let me give you an example. Let's say we build like a little thingy right here. When somebody's above you like this, right, and you're over here, you're chilling, someone's above you, and you're trying to see where he is. His head's sticking out the top here. So you have to watch where he is. You're like, okay, I'm going to try to shoot him. I'm going to try to shoot him. Oh, I'm bumping into a wall. Oh, shit. Okay, I can't really see where I'm going, right? You can't really see where you're going. However, when the tables are turned and you're up here, you can see everything up here. You can see where he is. You can see where all the environment is. You can see where all the stuff is. You don't bump into anything. You're just ready to just, you know, see if he was that rock right there. You're just like, oh, shoot him. You have the ability to just kind of shoot him, right? Now, jumping while you're shooting shotguns is also really important in this game. You want to always be moving in this game, and you can jump and shoot shotguns very accurately, so you should do that. See, I can just hit that tree really accurately while I'm jumping. So yeah, having that elevation is going to be important. Also, you see more of their head above, so it's easier for you to shoot them. Yeah. So let me get a little bit more wood here and show you a little bit more building and to do damage to you. But yeah, you can also edit stuff in this game as well. So you can edit a door here by hitting G, and then you select the two spots. Just two spots will make a door for you. You can also use this to your advantage, and you can do whoops. So if you want to use this to your advantage and say there's someone behind you here, you can do this, and you can see through your wall. So before you actually finish the edit, you can see through your wall here, and that actually helps you with, you know, being able to utilize that third person even more so. You can also do 3 of these to open up the side of it, so you don't have to make a door. You can just run out just like that. Now, when you're also building towards someone and you're being the aggressor, it's also good to build 2. If you build 2 of these and you put a wall on each side, you'll get used to this. Is a little bit more advanced, but you'll get used to doing this. If you can do all 4 of these, 1, 2, 1, 2, just like that as you're going. I don't have any materials left, but as you're going, it's so hard for him to be on this side over here and to shoot that down. There's a wall in the way, so if I try to shoot this down while he's coming at me, I have to shoot that. Oh, now I have to shoot this. You know, you're trying to knock him down before he gets to you. Like, see how long that takes? By the time you're doing all that, he's already on top of you. He's already shotgunned you in the head, and you're dead, right? Speaking of that, I'm about to die in a second here because I didn't make it all the way to the circle on purpose. But that's a few little tips, few little things you can look into when you're playing this game that'll maybe help you guys out a bit. If you want to get better at this game and you want to get better at a quicker rate, what I do every single day is I put 1 hour every day before I decide to start playing with friends or whatever, before I start to, you know, trying to go in for wins or whatever. What I do every day for 1 hour before I do any of that stuff is I land right away. As soon as the bus flies out, I land right away in a busy area, and I just get used to shooting people, get used to the guns, get used to, you know, just get warmed up, you know, jumping into an area. Oh, I got 3 kills. Jumping in there. Oh, I got 5 kills. Oh, jumping in an area. Oh, I got 6 kills, right? And you can even take it to the next level, and you can do solo squads. So you put it on squads, and you say no fill, and you play by yourself in squads. And this actually makes you play faster because, you know, you have 4 people shooting at you at one time potentially. So you're like having to build quicker. You're having to like respond quicker. And then when you go back and play a solo game, it feels so much easier. Anyway, guys, I'm going to head out of here. Hopefully some of these tips did help you. And I'll see you guys in the next video or my live stream on my live stream channel, twitch.tv/ShinobiLive. Till then, guys, my name's Shinobi. And as always, thanks for watching.